What was the process, a breakdown of, because you sent out 100+ emails to coaches, breaking everything down, who you are, your stats, why they should even be looking at you. And I feel that a lot of high school players are fearful of reaching out to coaches. And it's like, dude, that's your future right there.
Yeah, fear of rejection.
Yeah, fear of rejection. And it's just something that people need to throw out of their head and say, look, I'm going to email this coach. I'm going to call them. I'm going to contact them. I want to go play for this school. So what was your process on reaching out to these coaches via email, text messages, calls? What were those like?
Yeah, Jacob, that's another great question. I would tell you a lot of the times too, I've had plenty of people reach out to me asking, what you guys are asking about. How'd you end up here? What was your recruiting process like? And a lot of times I'll tell them everything they need to do, and they still won't do it. And a lot of it is because they're lazy. They don't see, like we talked about, the immediate result of a coach getting back to them after one night. There were plenty of schools who I emailed 15 plus times who didn't get back to me until the 21st email. And there were plenty of schools who got back to me after the third email, right? So the whole process of getting my name out there, I would base on the word persistence, right? And persistence and patience. Because some schools love to recruit early. Other schools like to wait it out, see you in person, meet you in person, right? But the effort has to be there. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how bad you think you are, if you want to play at the collegiate level, the effort has to be there, right? So you have to email these schools. As much film as you can get, you got to send it out. The importance of having a social media presence, especially Twitter. My job right now with running the GP account, I'm talking with the nation's top college players, college coaches, pro players, pro coaches, and it's the exact same thing. We love seeing content, especially on Twitter, because that's the age that we've gotten to now. Everybody has one of these, right? And that's how they find players. So the process, I would recommend anybody who's trying to get recruited, number one, it's emailing. And to start, you got to realize that these colleges get so many emails, you have to have an attractive subject line. So find something about you as a player that makes you stand out. For me, it was a switch hitter. If you have a really good GPA, throw that in there, right? So essentially, you want a hook to grab these coaches in your subject line, followed by a few other pieces of information about yourself. But also, Tony Vitello, awesome coach, great person, said it best. They get so many emails, you got to keep your email brief, to the point, but informative, right? So position, summer team, throw a thing or two in there about the school, your video, and then how to reach you, right? Because if you're sending paragraphs on paragraphs, they don't have time to do that. They got 100 other players who are emailing them, right? So you got to keep it brief, informative, and send and post as much film as you can. And in terms of Twitter, same thing goes for the profile, right? Your biography, you want to be attractive, but there are so many guys who overflow their bio with 6 foot, 185 pounds, right-handed pitcher, ex-high school, ex-summer team, phone number this, email that. Just keep it short and simple. Uncommitted, right-handed pitcher, ex-high school. Boom. That's all you got to do. And they'll know by the emails you're getting. You follow them. And so that's kind of the key there. And, all the college coaches that I've talked to have said it best. Keep it brief, informative, to the point, and send and post as much video as you can.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because we talk about the same thing. Keep it brief. Make sure that you're posting the right stuff. I mean, on our website, we have an area where players can come in, create a profile, give that height, weight, add their videos and all that stuff to the profile, so they can send out one whole thing, or they can literally put that in their email to every coach, and the coach can click on it and have everything there. So that's something that kids should definitely look into. Players that are in GP, or follow you guys, you should definitely have them take a look at it, because it's just another avenue. It's free. It gives them an opportunity to get that out to coaches as well. I think that you hit the nail on the head with social media being so big, especially with this generation, they have to utilize it. Make sure that you're updating your stuff. Make sure you're sending your profile stuff to everybody. And again, be annoying. I give this story I've told this story I think a couple of times. Maybe Jacob, you've probably heard it maybe once or twice. But there was a kid that played for me that I was like, this kid's a D1 guy. I called the head coach 10 days in a row. Okay? 10 days. And I left him on that 10th day. I left him a message and I said, if you don't call me back, you're getting another phone call tomorrow. So I will keep calling you until you call me back. He calls me back the next day. He ends up coming out, seeing the kid. The kid's now at the school, D1 guy, probably going to be, a Friday night starter eventually. I mean, the guy is, he's the real deal. So it's one of those things where, some coaches, don't advocate for their players like that. You have to do it yourself. I think you brought up some great points, and yeah, you hit it on the head. That was great.
Bothering these coaches. That's what I tell people all the time. Somebody will say, I emailed Coach X on Wednesday. They didn't get back. Should I email them the following week? Like, should I wait a month? I'm like, no, email them as soon as possible, right? As soon as you get new content, or send that content again, right? Because the trick is to bother them. You want to get your name to stick. So that's a really cool story there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
thanks for calling me annoying.
Yeah. But that's a good thing. And
yeah, absolutely. No, it's for my guys. It's for my guys. They're my guys. I got to get them out to the next.
That's right.
Exactly. And there's not a lot of coaches that are doing that. Like, we see a huge lack of effort that goes into it. And there's even just coaches that are maybe not even qualified to be in the position that they are in. And, I see what you're doing with Gerbrick Performance and GPE, and it's awesome, man, because you're working with the younger generation. You're giving back. And if you haven't checked it out already, our audience needs to go check out Gerbrick Performance on literally every social media platform and go give it a follow, because it's a great avenue not only to get seen and like what we're doing here, but get seen, get connected, get advice, and just like learn something there, because you have so much that you can offer with being at a D1 school, with being in the environment, with being connected and networking with all of these other individuals at the pro level, at the high school level, at the college level. And it just trickles down where people can learn from you. And I think that you have so much to offer that people just aren't getting to yet. And it goes hand in hand with just everybody reaching out, your self-recruitment, and what you can do to help yourself out and not just have it handed to you on a silver platter.
It's great content. I mean, I researched it, when we knew you were gonna be on, and I think it's amazing stuff. Keep it up. I mean, I think it's really gonna help a lot of players that need that extra, drive or that extra help to get to that next level. So I think you're doing a great job, and the people, and everyone that follows you, very lucky to have that as a resource.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, guys. And, like you guys are doing, my goal is to obviously teach the right things, because you said it best, Jacob. There are a lot of unqualified coaches who, don't teach the right things. Obviously, it's very frustrating to see. So for me, it's obviously I want to teach the right things. But two, I want to be a guy where kids can say, I want to lead like him off the field, right? I want to do this like him off the field. I knew how important it was for somebody that I had growing up, that I was able to look up to be like, I want to be like that guy. Just, how he, talks to people, how he, shakes somebody's hand and looks them in the eye, how he plays the game, right? So I want to be, my main goal while establishing this is, obviously I love the game. Obviously my dream is to be a Power 5 head coach when I'm older, but my main objective when establishing this site was to give, players, somebody to say, I want to be like, Chase, the Chase off the field. So that's why I really love doing it.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Now, I want to know,